Today, I'm gonna show you everything you need to know to lose money in Forex. These are the things that I've managed to eliminate from my trading to actually make me more profitable. But along the journey of finding success in trading, it was really important to find all these things that actually made me lose money. And I know it sucks in the moment losing money, but if you actually pay attention to the areas where you can be losing money, if you learn to eliminate these things, you can become profitable. So today, I'm gonna show you how to lose money trading Forex. Let's get straight into the video. All right, so before we begin, some of you might actually experience some of these topics I'm going to talk about today. So if you've been there, watch the whole video, you might find some things that you're actually doing and that you could probably eliminate to make your trading better. So coming in at number one, the number one reason we actually lose money trading Forex is what I like to call exterior trading. Okay, so exterior trading is when the way you trade, the trades you take, and the way you learn trading overall comes from everything but yourself. It's all exterior things. Comes from other people, from other sources, from exterior people, from exterior sources. When everything you know comes from the outside, if 90% of the traders out there aren't making money and you're learning from 90% of everything but yourself, this is where we tend to lose money. If you can learn to develop a strategy, to develop some trading tips, some things, some edges in the market that will help you trade and become better. If you can learn to find these things yourself and just you and the charts alone, you can then become more profitable because you stop listening to other people. You stop listening to what other people tell you to do. You don't even have to watch my channel, but I'm here to at least tell you the way the way that helped me find profitability was when I stopped listening to other people, stopped looking at like what other people are trading, what positions they're taking, and I stopped to kind of learn my own way of trading. So, an example I like to say is like, if there was a sinking boat, for example, and 90% of the people were on the side of the sinking boat and the boat starts tipping, you're gonna stay with all those people who are gonna drown? No, you're gonna run to the other side. So, and the same thing goes for Forex. I mean, a lot of these traders are sinking in Forex and you're doing what 90% of other people are doing as well. It doesn't make sense. So I find, there's a lot of traders out there that I talk to personally and that I've trained myself, and I realize that most of them actually tend to find more success when they take a moment to stop and just try to find their own thing. We all have our own place in this market and we can all find our own way to make money, especially because we live in a market here where, a lot of the market has to do with manipulation. It's like if you're joining into and you're falling into that manipulation, it's going to be a lot more harder and you're going to have it really tough trying to be profitable. Okay, so the next best way I have to lose money in the Forex market is setting unrealistic and super high risk to rewards. So when I first started trading, this comes in at second place because it's not a super big deal, but this just has to do more with psychological trading and it kind of helps your psychology a little bit. So when you have super high risk to rewards, probability and statistically, you are more likely to have higher losing streaks. The biggest issue is when you have these high losing streaks, especially as a beginner, it's going to be really hard on you to kind of maintain and focus this trading focus that you might already have. You might already be in the zone, but you might go on like a 5-day 10 trade in a row losing streak, and that might be really tough for you, and it might make you start switching up your trading, telling yourself it's not working. But you need to understand that having a lower risk to reward can actually help you to have lesser losing streaks and in turn make you kind of stick to your trading plans still and have higher probability and profitability. For example, we're just going to jump on the charts right here. Okay, so we're going to go as far as back possible on the charts. We'll just stop at a random moment like this, and we're just gonna straight up use some probability here to see which losing streak is gonna be higher, the 1-to-1s or the 1-to-5s. Obviously the 1-to-5s is gonna be a lot higher just because it's more likely that a 1-to-1 is gonna hit than a 1-to-5. We're just gonna show an example of that. So we got a coin right here. We're just gonna flip heads or tails. Heads will be buy, tails will be sell. We have tails. It's most likely going to be a loss just because it does look like we're starting to head up, but that doesn't matter. We are trying to just trade randomly here. So we'll drag this down to a 1-to-5, and then this will be a 1-to-1. Okay, so we're going to let this play out. Okay, so we hit a buy on this, and then we're going to let this play through and see what happens. Maybe we can hit a take profit here as well, and it looks like a loss. So now we have a win one win for the 1-to-1s and a loss for the 1-to-2. I will go like that. Boom, that's a loss. This is a win. So we're gonna flip the coin again. We're gonna go like this. And we have tails again, so we have to go for another sell here. We're just gonna try to keep it around 70 pips. This will be a 1-to-1. This will be another 1-to-5. 1-to-5, 1-to-5, 1-to-5. Okay, sweet. Let's play out, see what happens. Okay, we have another win. Maybe we can get a win on the 1-to-5. Let's see what happens. And we have another loss. Okay, so far we have 2 wins for the 1-to-1 and we have 2 losses. So far we are on a 2-loss streak for the 1-to-5. I got tails again. Let's just switch up. Let's just go for a buy. Let's see what happens. Maybe it's because we're only selling. Let's go for a buy here. We are going to go for a 1-to-1 buy and a 1-to-5 buy as well. Let's see what happens here. All right, so we have a win. And it looks like we might have a win for the 1-to-5 too. Okay, now we have a win to the 1-to-5. So now we have 3 wins in a row for the 1-to-1. And we finally have a win for the 1-to-5. That's good, that's good. So we can leave that open. Let's go for another flip here. We got tails, so now we can go for a sell. We're gonna go for a nice little sell here for a 1-to-1. Let me just pull that back for a second. Should I just throw that back there? Okay, we're gonna go for a sell here, and we're gonna go for a 1-to-5 sell as well. 1-to-5, 1-to-5. All right, now we have a loss on both. So we have a loss for that and a loss for that. So we're gonna flip the coin again. This will be the last example here. We have a buy, so we will go for a buy. Keep it around 70 pips there. Boom, and then we'll go for a buy here. And we will go for 1-to-5. All right, so we have a loss on both again. Now, if you think about it, we only had 1 win on the 1-to-5. And for the 1-to-1s, we had 3 wins. Now, for somebody who can't really handle, psychologically trading and taking these losses, especially if you're, let's say you're trading $1,000 per trade, you have 4 losses in a row, that's gonna be 4 grand, you're gonna be down, you're gonna be panicking, you're gonna be trying to see something in the charts you don't see. Now here, for the 1-to-1s, let's say here you won one, okay, so you're up 1,000, you won another one, you're up 1,000, you won another one, you're up to 3,000. And then you lose one, now you're only down to 2,000. You're still gonna have a good trading mindset because it's not like you've lost 4 in a row already and then you've just lost another one. You have a little bit more momentum as you're trading, and we could sit there here and do this all day. If you obviously brought it into a bigger proportion over 1,000 trades, you would get these really long losing streaks. And if you just kept to 1-to-1s, you would have more of a steady uptrend over time, if you are profitable. So it's better on psychology. It just depends who you are and what you can handle. If you're a beginner trader, I always recommend using lower risk to rewards just because it is easier on the mind. But yeah, we're gonna get into the next tip right now. And the next best way I have to lose money trading Forex is by having a bad broker. If you have a good broker, you're gonna have better commissions, better spreads, and you're gonna save a lot more money than having to spend all this money on every single trade you're taking. So I highly recommend signing up with Hanko Trade. I personally use Hanko Trade. I find their spreads and commissions really good. They have great leverage. You can make an account super fast. Sign up with them today. My link will be down in the description below. So the next best way I have to lose money trading Forex is going to be over trading. Now I know a lot of you like trading. I know a lot of you get excited when you're in the market. And this can be really hard for you, and it's something that might be really hard to get through your head. It was hard for me in the very beginning. I just remember always wanting to constantly be in the market and constantly just get in on the action. Every single candle movement was an opportunity to make money. That's how I saw the markets. Now that is a really good way to lose money. And I'll show you a prime example of what I'm talking about. So I want you to take a moment to look at this photo right here. Now, as you look at this photo, what your brain is going to start doing is your brain is going to start trying to make out all these things, all these objects. Your brain and your eyes are going to try so hard to see something that's not there. Now, if you take a moment to actually look and step back for a moment, you'll see that there is nothing here, no object that you can actually recognize, but your brain is going to try to find and make up things that you can recognize. Now, this same exact thing happens on the charts. You know, the longer you spend looking at the charts, the longer your brain is going to try to find a trade that is there, that isn't there. You know, there will be no trade there, but your brain is going to try and find, you know, something that's not there, and then you're going to try to trade it, and you're going to lose, and you're going to look back after, and you're going to think, why did I trade that? You know, I didn't really see an opportunity here. What was I thinking? This is the detrimental part of over trading, is your brain will try to find things that just aren't there. And this is probably one of the biggest things that I had to get over. And what has helped me is just realizing, you know, being in the game for so long now, realizing that there will always be another week. There will always be another day, another hour to trade. Even if the market closes for the weekend, there's still gonna be another week. You know, as long as the Forex exists, it's still gonna be here. It's not just gonna go away tomorrow. There's always another opportunity. The markets are always moving. They don't stop. I mean, they stop for a little bit, but that's it. So that's probably one of the biggest tips I have for you, is to try your best to not overtrade. Okay, now the last tip that I have for you is, if you want to lose money trading Forex, gamble. And the best way to gamble is by over leveraging, by trying to double your accounts, triple your accounts, go from $100 to $100,000 in a week. This is the best way to lose money. Everyone knows some sort of gambler, or maybe you're a gambler yourself, and realistically everyone knows you can't make money long-term gambling. I mean, maybe there's ways in like poker or, you know, certain things like that, but most of the time you can't make money gambling. Realistically, it is extremely hard to actually triple your accounts or quadruple or even double your accounts in a short amount of time. This is a process that takes a lot of time, and if you think about it, most expert traders out there are only really trying to double their account within a year, 2 years. They're not trying to flip or quadruple their account in weeks. This is the best way to blow your account, because you're going to be in the market all day trying to make money, and you're going to be losing it, you're going to be over trading. And that means you're going to use really high leverage, and then you could lose your account in like a couple trades. So that is the last tip I have for you. Hopefully you figured out how to lose some money, because I know it is really hard to lose money in this market. So if you want to lose money, follow these tips to lose money. Thank you for watching.